Welcome back to CBC News Network. Let's turn our attention to the health front now and some alarming findings coming out of the U.S. Researchers have found high levels of arsenic in some foods, including baby formula. So how concerned should you be? To discuss this and other health news of the day, we are joined by CBC medical specialist Dr. Karl Kabasele. Arsenic in baby food, organic food too.
Well, that's right. And here's the interesting part. So we've heard all the hullabaloo about high fructose corn syrup and its association potentially with obesity. So people were worried about that. So in some organic products, they've taken a rice extract. It's called organic brown rice syrup as a sweetener instead of the high fructose corn syrup. Well, turns out that according to these researchers, there is a high level of arsenic in that product, which isn't a surprise, by the way, because we know that rice has been known to have high levels of arsenic in some cases.
But this is organic food. That's what I didn't understand.
That's right. So the reason that rice in general can have high levels of arsenic is because it's very good at sucking up the arsenic that occurs naturally in the environment, whether it's in the soil or in the water. So it's not so much that, you know, there was pesticide use or that there's something particularly wrong with the soil. It's just that a lot of soil has arsenic in it.
So what does arsenic do to our bodies?
Arsenic is a poison, as you probably know. But what's interesting or what's scary about it is that at high concentrations over a long period of time, it can cause cancer. We also know that, again, for extended exposure periods, it can lead to problems with your digestive system, with your nerves. There is even some evidence when we're talking about kids that it can lower IQ for kids when they're exposed to arsenic for a long time. So this is certainly something that we need to take seriously. But the problem is that there are no standards for food when it comes to arsenic.
And how much arsenic are we talking about here that can actually cause some damage?
Well, we know that in terms of the safe levels in drinking water, we're looking for levels of 10 parts per billion or less. What they found in this study is that those levels were a little bit higher than that in the food. But I think we need more research to really understand how much is safe in food.
Okay, let's turn to something happier now and some farmers in New Brunswick, right? Yeah. Leave the arsenic behind.
Okay.
Potatoes out east that can help diabetics.
Yeah, so the problem with white potatoes is that they're known to raise your blood sugar very quickly when you eat them. It's something that we call the glycemic index. And a food that has a high glycemic index, it means that, when you eat it, blood sugar shoots up, which means that your body has to work hard to bring your blood sugar back down. Put some stress on your system. For people who have diabetes, that's no good, right? Because you're trying to control your blood sugar and keep it at a nice, even level. So they've actually been able to breed potatoes, apparently, that don't cause that sharp rise in blood sugar and have a lower glycemic index. So that's good news, right?
Yeah, it sounds like good news.
Yeah.
Other news that might sound good to people are these new chocolate bars. I really want to know what you think about it. These 250-calorie chocolate bars that are coming out.
Well, that's right. So I think it's the Mars company has decided that none of their chocolate bars or candies are going to be more than 250 calories per sort of serving size. But they will package several of those smaller candy bars together with the thought that maybe you can share them with a friend or a family member or what have you.
Or you just won't eat one.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe you'll eat one and then eat one later. So the question is, is this going to help? I'm not sure that there's any evidence scientifically that this is going to lead to slimmer people, less obesity, less poor eating habits. But I think, just the fact that we're talking about it just underscores the importance of portion size. So this is what I often say to my own patients. You could probably eat almost anything as long as you maintain a reasonable portion size and don't overdo it.
So it might be a good start.
It might be a good start.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Karl.
Thank you.
It's Dr. Karl Kabasele joining us in studio.